Right now, there is a medication that has taken over the world. Hollywood is using it. Wall Street is using it. Your neighbor might be using it. It promises to turn off your hunger, melt your body fat, and quiet the voices in your head that scream for sugar. Welcome to Dr. Levitas. But it costs $1,000 a month. It requires a needle. And for many, it comes with side effects that are just starting to be understood. But here is the secret the pharmaceutical companies don't put in the commercial. And that med? It's just a copy. It is a synthetic mimic of a hormone that your body is already capable of making. You have a satiety switch installed inside you right now. But for most of us, that switch is stuck in the off position because of what we eat. Hello, today, we are going to learn how to flip it back on, naturally, and for free. We are talking about GLP-1. We are looking beyond the brand names like Ozempic and Wegovy to understand the biology. We will discuss food noise, why the drugs might be stripping your muscle along with your fat, and the specific Ileal Brake protocol you can use to stimulate this hormone with food instead of pharma. Before we start, please take a second to hit the like button and leave a comment. This is a huge help for the channel. Let's start with the basics. What is GLP-1? It stands for Glucagon-Like Peptide-1. Think of your stomach and your brain as two people trying to have a phone conversation. When you eat, your gut is supposed to call your brain and say, "Okay, we are full. Put the fork down." GLP-1 is the cell phone signal. It is produced by specialized cells called L cells located deep in your intestines. When food hits these cells, they release GLP-1. This hormone does three magical things. It slows gastric emptying. It keeps food in your stomach longer, so you physically feel full. It tells the pancreas to release insulin. This controls your blood sugar. It hits the hypothalamus in the brain. It smashes your appetite. In obesity, this phone line is dead. The signal is weak. You eat, but the stop call never goes through. So, you keep eating. The drugs work because they blast the brain with a signal so loud it can't be ignored. But we can strengthen the natural signal without the megaphone. This brings us to the most viral concept of the year, food noise. Patients who take GLP-1 agonists often report something profound. They say, "It's quiet. For the first time in my life, the radio in my head stopped playing." Food noise is that constant, obsessive intrusive thought. What's for lunch? Is there cake in the break room? I shouldn't eat that. Maybe just one bite. This isn't a lack of willpower. It is a biological drive. It is your primitive brain scanning for resources because it thinks you are starving. GLP-1 quiets the reward center, the nucleus accumbens. It turns the volume of that radio down to zero. Suddenly, a cookie is just a cookie. It's not a vibrating object of desire. If you struggle with this, please understand, you are not greedy. You are biologically deaf to your own satiety signal. Now, we have to talk about the dark side of the injection. The rapid weight loss. You've seen the headlines about Ozempic Face. Hollow cheeks, loose skin. It looks like accelerated aging. Why does this happen? Because these drugs are potent anorectics. They make you starve. When you starve, when you cut your calories drastically without stimulus, your body panics. It eats everything. It eats fat, yes. But it also eats muscle. Clinical trials show that up to 40% of the weight lost on these drugs can be lean muscle mass. This is catastrophic. Remember our video on sarcopenia? Muscle is your metabolic engine. If you lose 20 pounds of fat and 15 pounds of muscle, you have technically lost weight, but you have destroyed your metabolism. You are now skinny fat. And the moment you stop the drug, the weight comes back, as pure fat and zero muscle gain. If you are on these medications, or if you are boosting GLP-1 naturally, you must prioritize protein and resistance training. You have to scream at your body, keep the muscle, we need it. So, how do we stimulate this hormone naturally? We have to understand geography. Have you ever heard of those L cells that make GLP-1? They are not in your stomach. They are not in your upper small intestine, the duodenum. They are at the very end of the line, the ileum, the lower small intestine, and the colon. This is the design flaw of the modern diet. Processed food, bread, sugar, or ground flour, is so easy to digest that it gets absorbed high up in the system. It never reaches the L cells. The phone call never happens because the food never visits the phone booth. To trigger natural GLP-1, we need to activate the ileal brake. We need to eat food that is tough enough to survive the journey all the way to the lower gut. Tool number 1, yerba mate. This South American tea is legendary for appetite suppression. But recently, science has shown us why. Compounds in yerba mate specifically stimulate GLP-1 secretion. A study showed that consuming yerba mate before exercise increased fat oxidation and GLP-1 levels significantly compared to water. It's not as powerful as the drug, but it pushes the same button. Sipping on this during your fasting window or before a meal can help prime the signal. Tool number 2, fermentable fiber. When fiber reaches your colon, because you didn't digest it, your gut bacteria eat it. They ferment it. This fermentation produces short-chain fatty acids, specifically one called butyrate. Butyrate is the key that unlocks the L cell. It directly stimulates the release of GLP-1. This is why prebiotic foods like garlic, onions, asparagus, and cold potatoes, with the resistant starch, are so powerful for weight loss. It's not the calories, it's the chemical signal they generate in the colon. If you want the Ozempic effect, you need to feed your microbiome. Here's the amazing part. GLP-1 improves your metabolic health before you lose a single pound. It acts directly on the beta cells of the pancreas. It restores their sensitivity to glucose. It essentially de-rusts the insulin mechanism. This means that by eating for GLP-1, high-fiber, whole foods, you are lowering your blood sugar and preventing diabetes immediately, regardless of what the scale says this week. Here is the doctor's verdict, the end of willpower. This brings us to a philosophical question. Is obesity a moral failing? Is it just that you are lazy? The discovery of GLP-1 suggests the answer is number. It suggests that obesity is a hormonal signaling failure. If the phone line is cut, you will never know when to hang up. However, while it is not your fault, it is your responsibility. You can choose to try and fix the signal with a drug, which is a valid medical choice for some. But you can also choose to fix the signal by changing the input. By stopping the ultra-processed sludge that absorbs too early, and returning to real, tough, fibrous food that hits the ileal brake, you can repair the phone line. And for your next step, here is my challenge. Let's call it the roughage first protocol. For the next week, before you eat any carbohydrates, like rice or potatoes, I want you to eat 1 cup of fibrous vegetables. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, or a big salad with apple cider vinegar. Eat the fiber first. This ensures that the fiber hits the stomach first and travels down to the ileum to prime the L cells. By the time you get to the carbs, your GLP-1 is already rising. Create your own brake. Silence the noise. I'm Dr. Levitas. Flip the switch, trust your gut, and I'll see you in the next video. Watch this video suggestion, it was especially picked for you. Also share, comment, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. It helps a ton with the algorithm. Remain tuned for future videos to empower your health and fitness journey. So, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep going.